Oh, football's so important in making the world a better place. I think even not just on the pitch, obviously I better myself as a player through different experiences, but as a person, I think the skills that you learn is just, you can't really compare it to anything else. You can use it in all walks of life. Hi, I'm Toni Duggan, ex-footballer for Manchester City and Everton. I started with my brothers, got an older brother, younger brother, and I was just kicking a ball about with them, and then obviously I joined a youth club, played in school, and it just went from there. I think I would have been a youth worker. That's what I used to do when women's football was semi-professional. I used to do youth work alongside it. I think it's great even now working with the kids, and when I was retired and I was always working with the youngsters coming into the squad. So yeah, I think I'd do something involving working with the youngsters and trying to better themselves and their careers. Best moment, I'll probably say winning the league with Manchester City. At Everton, we'd tried a few times and come close, didn't quite get over the line. So yeah, we beat Chelsea 2-0, scored a penalty and secured the title, so that was a memorable day. I think one of my disappointments was probably being dropped from the England squad for the first time. I'd gone right the way from under 15 right the way through to seniors and never missed a trip, and then I lost a bit of fitness, wasn't playing so good under Mark Sampson, and I missed one of the camps, and it really broke my heart. I realised how much it meant to me playing for England, and you kind of took it for granted a little bit. So yeah, went away, got back fitter, improved my game and got back in the squad fortunately. Football's opens up so many opportunities for me. The first aeroplane I ever went on was with England. I'd never flew before. I've travelled the world, my family's travelled the world with me. I've met incredible people, incredible experiences, stuff I couldn't even dream of. It's been better than I ever imagined, and sport opens up so many different pathways, and I'm very grateful for it. Now I'm retired, I've got a massive motivation. I've got a daughter, Luella, so she's just 2 years of age, and I'm just hoping that whatever she goes into, whether it be sport or anything else, a lot of boundaries and barriers have been broke down thanks to generations from my generation and generations before for young girls, so hopefully she can benefit and reap the rewards of that. Oh, football's so important in making the world a better place. I think even not just on the pitch, obviously I better myself as a player through different experiences, but as a person, I think the skills that you learn is just, you can't really compare it to anything else. You can use it in all walks of life. The way you carry yourself, even now I've retired, I will use them skills that I learned through football in my future roles. So yeah, I would encourage anyone to get involved in sport, particularly football, because I think it's the best sport in the world. But yeah, it's made me the person that I am, really. Education was instrumental for us because the women's game then, there wasn't a future in it. It wasn't a profession, it was semi-professional, so we was always advised to study alongside while we were playing. So many of the girls got degrees, which I respect so much because there's a lot of hard work that goes into it whilst also playing at the top level. But they're reaping them benefits now because when they're retired, they're walking straight into top jobs that they've worked hard for. So yeah, it just creates that barrier from when you retire and you think, what do you want to do? It's also good that you've obviously got a backup, or in unlikelihood that injuries occur and you have to retire early and then you have to go into another profession. It's so important that you study. Most definitely, if you want to be the best that you can be and you want to achieve in life or in your career, then you have to step out your comfort zone. You're going to have to do things that you don't really want to do. I'm doing it myself now I've retired, I'm going into different areas, finding what I want to do and where I want to work. And by going to Spain from England, it was a big move, but it bettered me as a player, bettered me as a person. It opens up more opportunities. If you stay within your comfort zone, then you don't really know what level you can reach. So yeah, most definitely to the students, I would say, there's always going to be someone next to you that's feeling how you're feeling nervous, feeling anxious. But you know what? People have been in them shoes before. You're not the first person to do it, and they had to step out their comfort zone to get where they had to. So yeah, I think it's so important. I was just saying this the other day to other students as well. I think the one that resonates with me the most is never get too high with the highs or too low with the lows. And I think, going into football, I was quite aware that so many, it's like a roller coaster. You can get injured, you lose games, that's a guarantee. You'll move clubs, or you won't like managers or people on your team. And, I think when you go in with your eyes wide open and expect that, then you can, adjust to it better. But yeah, I think that motto, it just kind of keeps you being more consistent and level-headed. And yeah, obviously celebrate your wins when you win, but it doesn't define you. One bad decision, one bad game, that doesn't make you a bad player. Just like one good game or one good decision doesn't make you the best in the world. So yeah, don't get too high with the highs or too low with the lows. As a youngster, I would have loved, attending things like this. I didn't have the opportunity to see any of my role models or anyone that I wanted to be like, you know, coming to my school or putting on events like this. So it's important that they come to it and they can take away, even if it's just one message that they take away. You know, me and Steph are here today to talk about our careers, very different strengths, different weaknesses along the way that have happened to us. And, you know, not everyone's journey is the same. So hopefully the students can listen, take something from it. And then, you know, at other events, meeting people from different areas of the sport, not just, you know, the professional players. There's so many people in the background who work hard to, you know, get to the top, and it's important that, you know, the students see that there's so many avenues in sport that you can go down. But yeah, it's great. I would have loved something like this when I was a kid, so it's nice to be here and give back. It's brilliant to see more women getting involved in football, in sport in general, if I'm being honest, even when I just walk into the gym nowadays and there's so many women in there and it's so powerful, and that's the image that I want Luella to see when she's growing up as well, my daughter. I just think, you know, there's opportunities now, there's areas, there's support, there's people encouraging women that we need you in our roles, because, you know, it can't always be male dominant environments. You know, we bring something different to the table. So yeah, it's important. Sometimes it can be difficult when there's, you know, you're surrounded by so many men, but go and break down them barriers. You look at Alex Scott, you look at the Lionesses and what they've achieved, and, you know, they've had to break down a lot of barriers along the way, and you won't be the first, you won't be the last, but yeah, if you want them opportunities, then, you know, don't shy away from it. I mean, you see the impact that women's football's had in the past 10 years, even from when I was playing. If I look at it now, you know, selling out Wembley Stadium every time that they play there. So the next 10 years, I mean, the sky's the limit. You know, the sport really is going to go to the next level. There's still areas that needs improving, you know, from maybe grassroots or things around pregnancy and, you know, other elements of the game, but it's in a fantastic position, and, you know, there's no reason why it can't keep growing at the rate that it's been. Emphasised enough in the interview that, you know, you have to step out your comfort zone. You have to go to other countries, other cities. You might have to learn a new language, but I mean, it might be difficult along the way, but no one gets to the top without difficulties. So yeah, I would say go for it. Sport's a fantastic industry. It's gave me so much in my life, and, you know, I'm so grateful for it. But yeah, I'd encourage the students to get involved, give it their all, work hard, and, you know, who knows where it can take them.